You're having an amazing week so far. My name is Anomaly. If you don't already know, you can follow me on Instagram at DreamRare. You can follow me on Twitter at Legendary Energy. You can check out my website at legendary.vision. And also, you can just follow along on Facebook. I'll be doing some live streams and news analysis. New video coming up today. A full analysis on what's been going on the past couple of weeks. I'm going to do a full video. Sorry for the delay on that for anybody that's been looking. I've been recharging and resting. But I wanted to live stream tonight real quick because I read some pretty hilarious news. I thought it was a joke at first or a meme, but then I did some deeper research and ESPN actually pulled an announcer, an Asian man by the name of Robert Lee, because they didn't want to offend anybody. They didn't want them to confuse the announcer Robert Lee with the Confederate General Robert E. Lee. And the hypocrisy and overly political correctness of this move is mind-blowing. I'm just going to laugh at everything. I'm done getting upset and mad. To me, everything's just funny. Unless it's hurting or injuring people, then I'll stand up for the cause. But as far as the mass chaos and overly political correctness, I'm just going to laugh at it, because now they're removing an Asian man from speaking because his name is similar to a Confederate leader. If people aren't paying attention or want to make stuff up, in my comment section, I see it. I don't care about these statues. I don't care about the Confederate Army. I don't rock Confederate flags. I don't have any Confederate clothing. It's not my thing. I've never liked it. I've never understood it. I don't care about the statues. I don't care about the Confederate flag. I'm not a Confederate. I'm not even a conservative. I'm not even right-wing. I just think the political correctness is ridiculous, and it's so hypocritical. It's like somebody bombs somebody or drives a car and kills 15 people in England or in France. Tens of people will die in an explosion, and nobody says anything. And the social justice warriors and the quote-unquote liberals, for lack of a better term, in the U.S., who I appreciate. I'm a liberal at heart. I want to help people. I want to better people, make it equal, protect the environment. I am a real liberal, not a fake liberal, in the sense of, like, people can bomb and kill each other overseas and they're not worried about the people dying. They're worried about offending those people. They're like, oh, no, don't offend. Don't say the wrong thing. And I'm not saying to not be disrespectful to all people of a certain religion and whatnot, but what I'm saying is this is just the reality. They are more concerned with the response to the people killing people than they are to the fact that there's people actually killing people. Come to America, it's the complete opposite. It's like if you're Asian or you're black or you're Latino or you're white, if you're not part of this groupthink, if you don't follow the herd, they attack you. It's like if you're Asian and Donald Trump does something to you, or a Republican does something to you, it's going to be all over the news. It's going to be racism, sexism, this and that. But then if you're Asian and you work for ESPN, no one cares about you if your name is remotely close to a Confederate leader from 200 years ago. It makes no sense. The hypocrisy is just mind-blowing that now they're being overly politically correct. And I want to remind people in a very friendly fashion, I warned you about this all year. I didn't even vote for Donald Trump, but I saw this all unfolding because there's 60 million, 100 million Americans with all these feelings and all these emotions, and everybody's an individual. It doesn't matter your race, religion, or gender, or political party. We're all individuals. But they want to group everybody together and just talk down on them and hate on people and say they think this and that and this and that. Meanwhile, they're upping their political correctness, which is what people like at Donald Trump to begin with. And then they wonder why they keep losing. I'm telling you this as a friend. I don't want to see you continue to lose. I want to see you win. I didn't ask for President Trump. I would love to see other options, but you're going to continue losing if you keep playing this dumb game of benching Asian commenters because their name doesn't fit. Meanwhile, something happens overseas and somebody blows a bunch of people up and you don't care, you don't want to offend. It's like the hypocrisy is ridiculous. Race, religion, and gender don't matter unless you groupthink with that mindset, with the mindset of the Democratic Party and the liberals. If you don't, you get viciously attacked. I posted an amazing video from a very intelligent woman, and she was just getting hated on. I mean, it was mostly love. I don't want to overshadow. It was like 99.9% love. But the hate boiling in, it's like, if you don't think the way people of your race or your religion or your gender or your political party think, they viciously attack you and then act like they're standing up for love and hate. And, you know, if this man was, you know, didn't get to the airport on time because of the travel ban, the news would be wild. But I have seen no websites stand up for this man because he was benched by ESPN because of his name. I mean, at what point are we going to admit that we have multiple issues in America? Yes, we can tackle ignorance and hate and bigotry, but it doesn't mean we have to be complete morons while we do it. This is what I'm trying to explain to people. Double task. Yes, I believe the same things as you. Yes, I don't want war. Yes, I don't want hate. Yes, I don't want violence. Yes, I don't want bigotry. But no, I'm not a complete moron. That's something that I don't see that much. It's like people are so one-minded that they can't condemn ISIS and Antifa at the same time that they condemn neo-Nazis and white supremacists. Yes, of course I condemn white supremacists and neo-Nazis. Who in their right mind wouldn't condemn those people? But that doesn't mean that everyone else is perfect. It's like if an Islamic terror attack happens in France or in Britain, no one cares about it. 15 people can die, 6. I care about every terror attack. If a white supremacist hits somebody with a car, I care about it. I will condemn that person and that ideology. But then if there's hundreds of people dying due to a radicalization of not only a religion, but and that's any religion, but if it's happening and people are dying, I mean, how dumb do you have to be to get mad at an Asian ESPN commenter more than you get mad at actual terrorists killing people? I mean, at what point are the modern day liberals and social justice activists going to look in the mirror and realize, oh my God, I'm a complete worthless hypocrite? Any day now, any second now. I mean, you got Arnold Schwarzenegger talking on the news. He's like, oh my, there's no two sides to anything. Donald Trump is a bigot. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you promote war all the time. All you do is promote war movies and Mobile Strike. That's your new game. It's a war game. You're promoting war. At what point do you not take the moral high ground? It's like the world is filled with the biggest hypocrites. And what I love about this administration is, above any policy or anything, because of the media, because of this, it's like a giant mirror got put in front of everybody, and they're exposing themselves. Everybody's exposing their hate and bigotry and violence. Not just right-wing people. The right-wing people are being more emboldened and exposing their inner hate and bigotry and racism, but so are the liberals, so are the lefties, so are the people that act like they have the moral high ground. They're totally just exposing themselves as complete hypocrites and complete hateful people, and in some cases judgmental and just as, you know, selectively mad as and ignorant as the other side, if not more so. So it's like, when are we just going to be human beings again? When are we allowed to condemn hate and bigotry and violence and not let the media pick and choose situations? I mean, we don't care about the name of somebody when they bomb 20 people at an Ariana Grande concert. You don't even know his name because the media barely talks about it. They don't want to offend people. It's like, you know, we just let 15 little girls get, like, exploded and destroyed at an Ariana Grande concert, but, you know, let's not offend people. And that's fine. I'm not saying to groupthink, blame the whole religion and blame, you know, millions of innocent people. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think that's good. But at the same time, if you don't do that, and then you put a microscope on all these other events and start kicking people off ESPN for announcing, I mean, what type of loser hypocrite are you? And even with the Ariana Grande situation, I said a bunch of times, all of these people that do the benefit concerts, they're the ones lying about the travel ban and lying about the wars, and then a big thing happens, and then they're like, oh my God, this is because of the hate and bigotry of Donald Trump. No, let's multitask, my friends. Donald Trump, this is the biggest dupe. And Glenn Greenwald is saying it, who is a brilliant reporter for The Intercept. Donald Trump somehow made millions of people stupid and believe that all the hate and negativity in the world just started now. No, There's a lot of things that are deep rooted in the United States of America and in the world. There's all sorts of, human trafficking and slavery that still exists today. There's drug sales and weapon sales. There's wars still going on today. This is all happening. It's been happening for the past 50 to 100 to forever. And somehow people got so duped and so dumb to get sidetracked and think that all the terrible things just happened when Donald Trump got into office. No, he's not the problem. He's a symptom of the problem. He's a symptom of all of these things boiling up and people getting sick and desperate for an option. And when it comes to the overly political correctness and the hypocrisy, it's just getting ridiculous. As I just reported, ESPN acts like they have the moral high ground by stopping an Asian man from succeeding because his name too closely, the name that he didn't choose, the name that he was born into, Lee, an Asian last name, now he's losing money and losing his job, at least for the day, over a similarity to somebody who existed 300 years ago. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling, the hypocrisy. It's mind-boggling, the stupidity. I told people, this is how you get 8 years of Donald Trump. If you want to stop Donald Trump, here's what you do. You listen to the people, listen to the 60 million people who voted for him, listen to the 150 million people who didn't vote because they were disgusted, learn about them, see about their concerns, see about how the system's failing them, and provide a better option. Connect with people. They're spending billions of dollars. Now, once again, let's multitask. I condemn hate, bigotry, white supremacy, terrorism, neo-Nazism, all of the nonsense. I condemn that. But I'm not a complete moron, so let's double task. Let's not demonize 100 million people because we're too stupid to figure out how to be a better person. And that's what the media is doing. That's what the Democratic politicians are doing. That's what the Republican politicians are doing. That's what the people who follow the media and social media and like little trendies, walk around and be like, oh, I can hate on people. I'm so cool because it's publicly acceptable now to be a rebel. No, you're just a little trendy, follower. But the real problem is they're spending billions of dollars to demonize people who are completely innocent for the most part and have nothing to do with the major system that runs the world. Once again, divide and conquer. Let's blame everybody, working class and poor people and middle class and like normal low-level elites, and once again escape scot-free because everyone's too dumb to figure out the problem. So if you want to stop Donald Trump, if you want somebody better, you're not going to do it. I'm just being honest. You can not listen to me. You can hate me. You can get mad at me. I'm used to it. People do it all the time. But it's not going to change reality. I told you 10 months ago that Donald Trump was going to win presidency. I told you 2 years ago that he was going to win. No one believed me. But that's what happens when you do a bunch of dumb things. If you provide a better solution, if you connect with people, if you learn their feelings and their emotions and why they feel the way they do, and then try to appeal to that and maybe correct certain things, you can beat Donald Trump. We can have somebody else in 2020. We can do this. But if you continue to play this dumb game of overly political correctness, demonizing 100 million people without listening to them, painting every conservative and every libertarian as a white supremacist and a neo-Nazi, painting any progressive who, is a fringe left person who has a free thought and who's a little more honest, like Jimmy Dore, H.A. Goodman, these people who are just better than Democrat news sources and actual honest progressives and left-leaning people, if you call them Nazi sympathizers and call them conservative sympathizers and start demonizing all the smart people in the world and demonizing all the people who see past the lies, you're going to keep losing. I'm telling you this, not to be a rebel, not to be trendy. This is the opposite of trendy. This is the opposite of popular. I'm telling you this because it's the truth. And if people don't listen to me, it's going to be 8 years of Donald Trump. The people who hate Trump the most, in a lot of cases, are the main causes of why he's so successful, because they're so dumb that they're just making things up. They're attacking all of these people instead of listening, learning, and being better. That's just the reality of it. You could not listen to me. I could stop making videos tomorrow, go enjoy my life, sit by the beach, play the piano, never do this again, and it's going to happen anyway, because the truth is the truth, and a failed strategy is a failed strategy. This is a continuation of Hillary Clinton's $1.2 billion failed campaign strategy. It failed then, it's going to fail now. It's a fail. It's an epic fail. It's a massive fail. It's a systematic fail. It's a $1 billion waste fail. It's just a fail. I don't agree with Donald Trump on a lot of things, but I'm not a complete moron. I'm sorry. Maybe one day I'll be a complete moron and I'll be more trendy, and then I could be on CNN and MSNBC and rap blogs will show me love and be like, Anomaly, you're so cool, you're so urban now. I've been cool, I've been good in multiple different cities and countries. I have fans all over the world from my hip-hop music alone. I'm just not fake. I'm not a trendy loser. I'm doing what people are going to do in 4 years once they figure out that they've been getting lied to and they've been getting duped. I don't think that Donald Trump is the perfect president, but what I do think is he's slightly better than a bunch of these other hypocritical losers, just off the fact that he's not that bad. It's like Hillary Clinton lies all the time. Donald Trump lies sometimes. Who's going to win? The person who lies every single time they open their mouth, or the person who says a few lies and makes a few mistakes? I mean, it's blatantly obvious. So once again, to ESPN, to the anti-Trump crowd, to anybody involved in this political correctness mayhem that is boiling out of proportion and making a lot of people really upset, to me, I'm just going to laugh at it now because it's just so goofy at this point. Whatever. But the blatant hypocrisy of not letting an Asian man commentator announce a game because his name slightly resembles or completely resembles a leader from 200 years ago that people don't like. It's just ridiculous, like so ridiculous, and it's totally going to be counterproductive. You're not lowering racism, you're not lowering hate, you're not lowering bigotry by doing stuff like this. You're actually increasing it strategically and systematically, because instead of listening to people, instead of learning, instead of figuring out what people want, you're just painting with a broad brush 100 million people, and you're emboldening very stupid people who now think because they could point the finger at dumber people that they're automatically like a genius. Like, oh my God, there's a terrible racist person, now I'm a great person. No, it's like, where's Waldo? I could spot the racist person, I could spot the ignorant person, that's great, but doesn't make me a good person. I mean, it's like a total bizarre reality flip, and I just am going to laugh at it for now and pray that people get a little bit wiser. So once again, to the pro-Trump crowd, you already know what time it is. You guys are doing your thing, whatever, you're fighting political correctness, do your thing. To the anti-Trump crowd, you should listen to me even more, because I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to be your friend. I'm trying to unite people and end hate and end racism and end bigotry, and it's never going to happen by what ESPN's doing. It's never going to happen by what CNN's doing. It's never going to happen by what MSNBC is going to do. You cannot believe me. You could go to an echo chamber full of people who say the same exact things that you do and just lie to each other back and forth and be like, oh, this is what all the people think. This is what Trump supporter thinks. Oh my God, they're all racist. They're all sexist. But you're never going to solve the problem, because you're starting it with a complete echo chamber lie of political correct hypocrites who just don't know reality and would rather lie around like-minded people than face the reality and actually solve the problems. I'm actually trying to solve the problems. I'm actually trying to fix our communities. I'm actually trying to save the environment. I'm actually trying to help people. I'm actually trying to end bigotry and hate and racism. And I am just mind blown and appalled by the strategy of some of these major billion-dollar corporations. Do they really think they're going to end all of these things? Are they lying? Are they using it as a political agenda? I don't know anymore. I really don't care. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to watch, continue to do news analysis. New video tomorrow is going to be comprehensive. It's going to be about Charlottesville. It's going to be about the statues. It's going to be about a lot of the things that are not being reported. You have your mainstream reports. You have all of these virtue signaling people. If you want that, go watch them. That's great. That's not what I do. I try to do a more rare, analysis. So mine is going to be different. Mine's going to be a little bit deeper, because that's what I do. I'm not here to just be an echo chamber. If that were the case, I wouldn't say anything at all. I would just go enjoy my life, because I'm not trying to be here. I'm not trying to make it a thing. I'm just trying to stop making people be so dumb, and stop making people literally make the same mistakes over and over and over and over again, not just throughout history, but throughout recent history. A failed campaign. Let's stop failing. Let's get better strategies, and let's really stamp out all the negativity. We're not going to do it with lies. It's going to happen with truth and real connection and real understanding. That's how we're going to elevate humanity in this country. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you joining. I know it's a little late. I'm sure people will wake up and watch this in the morning. If you're watching this in the morning, enjoy your breakfast or your lunch, whatever. Have a good day. Check out a new video tomorrow.